My own front steps looked foreign to me. Elaine stood in the doorway, wrapped in the same pink, threadbare bathrobe she wore every Saturday morning. Except now her trembling hands made the fabric dance. Her daughter, Chloe, hovered behind her, a 31-year-old woman trying to look like a frightened child. 3 doors down, I saw Old Man Peterson's blinds twitch. He wasn't the only spectator. On a street like Sycamore Lane, a drop spoon was gossip. A county deputy on your porch at 10 a.m. was history. The deputy's voice was a flat, calm river. Ma'am, the deed for this address lists only Leo Garrett as the legal owner. You'll need to gather your personal effects and vacate. Elaine's mouth opened, but only a hollow gasp came out. Chloe made a wet, choke sound. He can't, she stammered, her eyeliner already dissolving into gray streaks. Her eyes found mine on the sidewalk, pleading for the old magic, the times I'd fixed her crash car or smoothed over a bounce check with a lie. I'd been doing it for 16 years. I kept my hands in my coat pockets, feeling the neighborhood stare like a physical weight. I could smell frost and damp earth and the distant, artificial scent of fabric softener. The porch was dark, but I saw the new sensor light I'd installed last month, Elaine steadying the ladder with one hand, a mug of tea in the other, saying, "Don't you dare fall, Leo." Back when her concern felt real. The deputy turned his clipboard toward them. "This order is effective now. Refusal is trespassing." Finally, Elaine's gaze locked onto mine. I braced for the fury, the volcanic rage I'd come to know. Instead, she just looked bewildered, like someone who'd forgotten the layout of her own mind. And I felt it, that ancient, stupid pull to make it better, to absorb the shock for her. Then her voice from 3 weeks ago sliced through the memory, precise and venomous. "Get out. You're nothing here anymore." So I didn't move. I didn't speak. I just breathed in the cold air, the way my attorney, Simone Reyes, had taught me. In a heavy quiet, I finally said, "I'm not here to fight. I'm here to reclaim what's mine." The silence that followed was absolute, a vacuum. And in that moment, standing on my own grass, I knew I would survive them. Because the police had called my phone just 4 hours after the door slammed behind me. And that was only the prelude. The night it began was unremarkable. A damp Thursday in Lexington, the sky the color of concrete. I just finished a double at the water treatment plant, the kind of job people thank you for only when the toilets don't flush. I smelled of chlorine and grease. Home-mint meatloaf, the kind with the ketchup glaze, eaten at a table with a wobble I'd been meaning to shim for months. Chloe arrived in a whirlwind of cold air and entitlement, letting the storm door slam. She wore jeans and a hoodie from a university she'd never seen. "Save you a plate," Elaine said, her voice strained with forced cheer. Chloe grunted, already absorbed in her phone. The air tightened. You learned to read the room with Chloe. Some nights were landmines. I was clearing my plate when her phone pinged, a sharp, singular note. She froze. Her face underwent a terrifying transformation. Shock, then a calculated fear. She looked at Elaine. "Mom, we need to talk. Now." She didn't go to another room. She marched into the kitchen, right where I stood. Elaine followed, confused. Chloe pointed at me, her finger in accusation. "It's him." "What's him?" I asked, my blood going slow and cold. She thrust her phone at Elaine, screen tilted away from me. "He's been in my bank account. I have the login alerts. From this IP address." Her voice grew thin, tremulous. "And there are messages. Threatening ones. He's been watching me." The word landed like a hammer. "Watching." "Elaine, that's insane," I said, my voice too calm for the storm in my chest. "I don't have her information." "Why? Would she invent this, Leo?" Elaine's face was pale. "Because she's a liar." The words erupted from me, raw and fatal. Chloe let out a theatrical whimper. "See? This is what I mean. He's unstable." Unstable. The word that turns a man into a cautionary tale. Elaine's eyes widened, then hardened with a terrible, instant conviction. "Get out," she whispered. Then she screamed it, a sound that scraped the walls. "Get out of my house." I looked from her twisted face to Chloe's, where I saw the faintest ghost of a smile. So I took my coat. I took my keys from the bowl. I walked out into the lashing rain without a word. The police call came at 1:17 a.m. Officer Briggs was politely relentless. A welfare check. A complaint of financial fraud and intimidation. Do you and Ms. Harris own the property jointly, sir? The question was a key turning in a dark lock. No, I said, the truth dawning like a cold sunrise. It's just my name on the deed. I remembered Elaine's shame years prior, after her business failed. Just put in your name, Leo. My credit's Ash. I see, said Officer Briggs. Thank you for your cooperation. Cooperation. The complaint, he said, was unsubstantiated. I slept in my truck. In the morning, I went to my sister Martinez. She asked no questions, just pushed coffee across the table. That day, I found the digital deed in my email archive. Leo Garrett, sole owner. The tremor in my hands wasn't from fear anymore. It was from the ignition of a quiet, furious engine. My lawyer, Simone Reyes, had the steady eyes of a sniper. She didn't just want you gone, she said, after showing me credit inquiries and new store cards linked to my address, all in Chloe's name. She needed you gone before you found the leaks. For 2 weeks, I documented. I waited. Elaine finally texted, "We need to talk about the mortgage." I replied once, following Simone's script. All communication must go through my attorney. The silence that followed was louder than any.